I'm an idiot. I had my mic muted. Oh, I'm so dumb. Uh, Before we start with anything, let's say hello to Senko, Razor, Dark, and Drysk, Sorman, and Sergio, as well as David. Hello, everyone. So today I want to do something a bit different. As I was thinking of this already for quite some time, but never really found the time to try it out. I thought today would be a good day as I didn't have anything else in mind. But I really just wanted to stream. Hey, Mr. Big. How it's gonna work or what I'm thinking of. Let's start with that. My idea was that you guys watching, hey Rakesh, send in replays of you, your replays. So I don't know if they're wins, losses, or draws, or how the result is. What I'm looking for is a replay that you guys want me to look at and give you my opinion on it. Meaning, what can you do better? What is there to improve? What did you miss? What you should keep an eye out on? Second thing, what are you already doing very well? What is your awareness, your game sense? What do you already have that you can build on, basically? So first point is, what can you improve? What are you lacking? Second point being, do you already have? What can you improve on? And overall, just my opinion on the game, on the gameplay, and where you maybe did some mistakes or what was already really worth mentioning to show. I think as I got quite a good understanding of this game, I think I can allow myself to judge, as I've been playing World of Tanks for 6 years, this game now for 2 years. I think I got a good idea on how this works. So this game. So I hope that you like this idea. Maybe give me some ideas in the stream chat as well, what we could improve on after the stream. Maybe tell me on Discord what we can do, what is there to do better, what can I work on, so that you reflect on me reflecting on your games. Basically. Yeah, let me just hello to Speed Cafe. Thanks for becoming a member, Sergio. Appreciate it. Is this going to be a new series? I am thinking about doing that, Daniel. Yes, also hello, mate. Is a goal of mine to make this a series. Hello, Spicy. Hey there, Layla. Hey there, Glenda. Hello, Iron. Hello, Victor. I'm from Germany. Hello, Timko. Oh god, there's a lot of people coming in. So yeah, basically this is the premise. I'm gonna look at your replay, and I'm gonna give you tips and tricks. What is already good, what is bad. General thing should be quite simple to understand, I think. So how it's gonna work is, I'm gonna create a new channel on my Discord server right now. You know what? Let me just quickly show you my screen so that we can all be on the same page. There we go. So we are on my Discord server, and I'm gonna create a new channel here. I'm just gonna call analysis. It will be going beneath the replays. Beneath the replays. No, beneath the replays, please. Where you will be able to send in your replays. So I'm gonna give you guys that permission to attach files and give a short description about the game. Send it right here. Link to the servers in the description, or use !Discord in the chat for you to get a reply from the bot. So yeah, still haven't added that exactly, so yeah, but I'm thinking of changing it anyway, so I will redo it anyways, probably. That doesn't sound good, Iron. So replays you can send in there. They can be wins, they can be losses, they can be draws. At best not a 1 minute game, else it's gonna be quite a short one. But yeah, that's the general plan for today. And we already got our first replay in here from Sorman, so let's have a look. Come on, Discord, please download the replay for me. Thank you very much. So we are gonna have a look at it once it starts up. Alright, there we go. Let's have my stream chat open in the background so that we can see what you guys are saying. And Soman is playing his Löwe on Himmelsdorf. And this is basically gonna be our first trial here, first replay. I'm gonna go through it a bit slower, just really go into what I'm trying to do with this kind of stream. If you guys do like it, I will do more of those, but yeah. So something that we can already do is analyze the lineups and get a feel for how this game might be played out. So he's playing in his Löwe on Himmelsdorf, which is a good map for this tank. As it's a heavy tank, of course, you are expecting this. But it's not too good for the Löwe if you really think about it. You need a lot of hold down spots for the tanks, so keep that in mind. You need to know what your tank can do well in case of the Löwe. It's being hold down, as you got quite the weak hole. Your side, you can side scrape with, but it's quite unreliable sometimes, depending on the tank you're playing against. And if you just look at the shape of your turret, it's quite round. So I don't know, can you see my mouse? I hope you can. Let me just actually check that. You can't, once again. Or can you? Okay, you can. So it's quite round, so you get a pretty good angled turret. The only weak spot frontally, if you are hold down, are those cheeks, but if you wiggle your turret a bit, you can work with that. There are some hold down spots on the heavy line here, or over there. You have 2 heavies versus 2 heavies, so that's quite similar. We have 2 mediums versus 1 medium, so they got an advantage here, but the enemy therefore has an extra tank destroyer, so their forces might be stronger here, meaning it might be a better idea to push onto the rails, maybe use these corridors behind there, and just basically try to work your lineup. You got 2 tier 8 heavies versus 2. Actually, it's a mirror matchup here, which is quite interesting. They got 2 tier 8 lights, whilst you got 1 tier 8 and a tier 7. So it's a bit of a troublesome situation there, but I don't know, really. I mean, you got a super Pershing for that, whilst they got a VK, so that kind of balances it. And so my first thing would be go to the side and just see what you can do with your tank, and let's just have a look. This is more of a longer way, as it's the first time I'm doing this. Hey Punko. And let's just see how he's gonna be playing this. Of course, still going to the heavy side is a possibility. I would go the other side just from looking at the lineups, but we might see something different here. Oh yeah, he has a decent ammo loadout. He's using the how you call it? I don't know the name of it, but it basically saves your crew a bit more, or the chances of a crew dying. Possible thing to do. I personally like to go with double food, but that's everyone's taste, I'm assuming. He's playing this carefully for now, and he has pinged the map on the medium side. He's currently also retreating and was wiggling, so he will change sides here. They still have an AFK 228 in the base. He also wants his I6 to come as well, so he definitely has realized that playing on the other side is the better choice, as well as seeing that their 2 heavies are now there and nothing was on his side. Definitely a good thing to move. He's checking the sides. There might be a TD sitting there or something else. And he is making his protective kit. Alright. He is making his quick way here towards the enemy. He is also asking his IS-6 to come and help out, who's currently flanking, so he's thinking about his team. That's definitely a good idea. He rushed his shot there a little bit too much. He's trying to angle here as well, but if you, Alova has great penetration, so actually angling against your own kind, basically, not the best idea, but the try counts. He's using adrenaline here. He aims for the weak point. Definitely a good thing to do, and he is deciding to rush here as his teammate Rudy is doing so as well. So he is going to support him here. Rudy has been able to pick him up, and he is turning around. IS-6 is in the camp. T-28 is not AFK anymore. He has joined the fight. And I would, if I was Solman here, attack this prototype as well. But be careful on my left, as they can't shoot you from that one gap that we could see where he was looking in. The prototype here is using adrenaline, so he has to be a bit careful. There's also tanks to his right now, and he is actually risking it quite a bit there with aiming at the lower plate or the hull itself on the prototype, as it was quite reddish. If you pen low rolls, which it can do, then you're not gonna pen that. Tried to put a shot on the 49 there, and I'm assuming that he will try to put one shot into him. Uses HE here, a bit risky with auto aim, because tracks of the 49 can absorb quite a bit of HE. He has switched to the AP, which is the smarter thing to do, as with the HP the 49 had, it would be a 2-shot no matter what you shoot, unless you were to set him on fire, that is. Score's now 2-5. Picks up that 49 in third person. Pretty easy kill there. And he's looking to flank this I6 together with his own. Definitely, if you are in a 2v something situation, you want to team up. If your enemy is outnumbering you. There's the VK. He could probably ignore him. The VK has quite a low pen gun. So as long as he doesn't show his sight too long, he's not gonna be in too much trouble. Puts a quick shot into that I6, but still is looking after that VK. That's a good thing to do. Trying to wiggle a bit here. Not gonna work too much. If the I6 aims well. There's the AT7 now. Not using the top gun, I think. I was gonna load the HE here actually. For 124. That was quite the fortunate roll. If I was Soman, I would have probably shot HE here. Just for the safety reason of, I don't know, it's a Löwe gun. You don't have high caliber. So actually rolling high with HE is kind of tough in that regard. But it worked out for him. Now it's just this 87 here. The Bulldog is not been spotted yet, so I'm assuming that he is AFK. But it seems I was wrong. He's right here. He's still focusing on the 87. He's the guy with the DPM. And already down to one shot now, so it's definitely a smart thing to do. He is side scripting here on that 87 so that he takes as little damage as he can. Definitely a good choice. Loads the HE here for the Black Dog and switches back to AP after seeing that he is aiming at a side. Definitely a good thing, otherwise the same would have happened. What was to the 49, meaning not penning your HE. Bulldog bounces and he's able to pick up his 4th kill, 5.3k damage. Not a lot there that he did wrong. I liked his target priority. He did realize quite early, but also maybe a little bit too late, that he has to go to the other side with his IS-6. He was trying to convince him to come over. Some of his shots were quite wanky. You should probably work on that. The AP on the front of the prototype was quite bold. I would have shot APCR or went for the turret cheeks, but it has worked out for you. DHE on the i6 I wouldn't recommend. I would have just shot a PCR instead. You shouldn't be really just like, can't shoot APCR, need to do credits. You did quite a lot of credits. It's a premium tank, you can afford shooting 1 or 2. You didn't shoot a single one though, I believe, so props to that. And yeah, pretty good game. Can't really complain about anything in this game. And he played it quite well. So I've made a Discord server, a Discord channel on my server where you can send it in. Alright, let's have a look at the next replay here, which is from Andryask. So let's have a look what he is able to accomplish with his SU-152 here on Dynasty's Pearl. Definitely not a map that is favored by tank destroyers, especially those with that don't have a turret. And he is low T here in this tier 8 match with 4 tier 8s and 3 tier 7s, so he's definitely outclassed here. What can we have a look at? There is 2 tier heavies on both sides, both in tier 8. They definitely have more armor on the heavies though. That 1122 might actually balance that out. The lineup's pretty much exactly the same, other that they traded a tier 8 tank destroyer. The IZU was a 49, which definitely can work out if the player knows what to do. So let's just have a look. Generally speaking, I'm assuming the plan is to go to the park area, probably more on the left side there, or on that really narrow pass here, maybe even on the right side of the cap you could work on. So let's have a look at how he is going to be playing this. Panko, du kannst alles reinschicken, solange es keine 1-Minuten-Game ist. Hey Zimovi. See you, Razor. Did I not start? I did, it's just taking quite a lot. Oh, there we go. That took 40 seconds for the game to start. Quite interesting. So he's going to the cap area here. Definitely something that you can do, and his team seems to be supporting it for the most part. Only his Indian Panzer there going into the park area. So you definitely have to watch out for what he is going to spot over there. He's already been spotted, so I would be careful. The enemy team also went to the city. And he's currently looking to get unspotted here. And now we know where he got spotted from. It's from those tanks in the bush there. He has loaded HE. But at T20 switched to AP because of the 25 AT, and there being some stuff in the way. So smart ammo choice there. Using AT would have probably resulted in either doing only 200 to 300 damage or not doing any entirely. Instead he did 700, so that's quite nice. Has loaded DHE here for the E25. He takes his time to aim. Not a long enough though, as it seems, and he just splashed the E25. Indian Panzer there should now be able to clear the tank. Anyway, score is 0 to 3. I would load heat here in this situation, but he goes for an HE. Let me just quickly explain. Now, most of you should know that heat against spaced armor, not a good idea. And the i6 has quite a bit of that, and also the tracks are on that side, and they go quite high. So, generally speaking, you wouldn't go for heat. But the issue is that heat doesn't get fully absorbed by tracks if you shoot like this on pretty much a 90-degree angle or 180. So I would have shot heat here. You would have penetrated for sure. Heat has like 270 pen or something, which is definitely enough for an I6 side, so I would have gone for that. But you went for an HE and did 400, so not too bad. Let's see how the game is progress. It's already 1-3. He lost one tier 8 tank already, whilst the enemy only lost the tier 7. So he really has to be of impact here. He also has an AFK T49. He goes for the HE here, definitely what he should have done in that situation. Making the score a little bit better here for his own sake. The T25-2 is quite aggressive. He has noticed that. He has to be careful though, the super Pershing is peeking. He has seen that as well. Still looks after the T25 AT, which is really nice. I would have shot HE in that situation, for the sole reason of you could have hit the tracks and did no damage because the shell maybe went too low. So with these 100-200 HE targets, HP targets, sorry, just go for an HE. If you hit them, you're gonna kill them. Score is now 3-4, but it's generally 3-5 as the other tank is AFK. Good HE there. He aimed for long enough, and he hit. T20 just killed himself. And the Indian took out the super Pershing, so they took this back from a 2v5 to a 2v1. Now he shot the Heat, definitely wise thing to do. He's trying to use his HP here for the Indian Panzer, at least I'm assuming exactly that. Buying some time, he got the bounce, is gonna shoot HE here, and wins. Pretty nice game. Ammo selection is still a bit wonky, in my opinion. You could maybe, if you get flat sides of heavily armored targets, go for a Heat. It's gonna pen, like that IS-6 earlier. That AP on the T25-2 in the end there was really risky. You could have just hit the track or maybe even a gun and not did any damage, so HE would have been the better choice in my opinion. But you were able to get through this game, so pretty good result. You went to the city with your team. And some good team play together with the Indian Panzers, so once again, not too many misplays. The general game sense is their target priority, aiming at certain weak spots or just aiming in general. And yeah, not really any snapshots, given that it is an SU you definitely want to aim in. So wise choice there. And let's have a look at the next game, which is from Senko. In his Sheridan here, it seems. Let's see how he can play this game. We are on Oasis Palms with 2 tier 9s in each team. Enemy got tank destroyers. Actually 1 extra as well. And they got a standard B and an E1 for that. Hello Mr. Fishy, hello Kodish. I'm doing good spicy, what about you? Hello ANP as well. And yeah, just looking at the lineups here, we have no heavy tank whatsoever on the side of Senko versus an E100 for the enemy team with 3 TDs. They definitely got an armor advantage here, in my opinion. He's using a speed boost here to get into spotting position very early. And has to be a bit careful as they're lacking the T10s. Tries a snapshot here, definitely something you can try. There was no risk in not trying it. Took his chances and they did pay off. Something they have to keep in mind though is that they are 1 tank ahead in terms of ability. What I mean by that is light and medium tanks, but their E1 already dead, rushed in way too aggressively. And they are 1 tank out. He has therefore put a shot into the T30 though. Is lining up for a rocket here. I would switch to an APCR now, or this Leopard, maybe even an HE if you get the angle too. But he is switching to the Heat, shooting his rocket onto the Panzer, and it seemed to have connected. We'll have to wait and see if he Did no damage. He did not manage to penetrate that Yak Panzer. He is looking for an AT here on that Leopard. Has to maybe prioritize his target a bit better, as he's looking for the most heavily armored targets here. Missed the shot of the Shard on the Batchet there. Got his gunner killed as well. No, that is Senko playing. That's not me. As his name is different. And I don't own a Sheridan. He is retreating here. It is definitely a thing you can do. Probably is looking to flank around. You could use your speed boost. As you have it, you should also use it. There's a Leopard there. Going for the HC, I would take my time to aim in. He rushed it a bit, but he was able to connect his HE and do a penetrating hit as well. Is now at 560, and he's going for HE here, which can be risky, given the fact that he could hit the tracks and penetrate and leave the Leopard alive. But what I understand and why he chose it is his APCR does 560 alpha damage, so it's a 50-50 if he killed him or not. He was able to do so. Good shot there into the SU, is now changing his target to the Patton or the M60. Saw the T30, has aimed in so that he doesn't rush and miss his shot, and is now looking to get that M60 out of the way, so the focus fire here together with his team is definitely given. Probably move in a bit more here. That shot, you should have known that it's gonna bounce. You should have pushed in probably. As the angle and the Batchet upper plate is quite strong. Probably going to kill this M60 here. He's looking to go for damage, which is a risky thing to do if you don't kill the enemy tanks. And he's still, I mean, the E100 is now the only target he can shoot at anyway. So he shot a rocket into the turret. Definitely not a problem with that. But letting that M60 live is not really the best thing that he could have done. He's aiming up on that Batchet. He still has to keep an eye out on the E100 as he went unspotted. Not sure what his plan is. There's still an SU that just killed his object in the city, and that might come and attack, so he has to be a bit quick here with whatever his plan of attack is. There's the SU already behind him. E100 is looking. He is going for that M60 now. Finally able to kill. Way too late. Uses adrenaline and speed boost to get the hell out of there. I would have probably rammed that Batchet a bit more just in case he tries to run away. Wouldn't have taken that shot either. You could ram that Batchet 1 hit point and he was reversing, so he wouldn't be quick. And you could have shot the SU then. But it worked. He has picked up the SU now. Just the E100 left, and he still has a teammate. So as long as they don't mess this up too much, they can pick up this win. I would go for a track shot here. Fortunately enough, it tracked him. The 1-2-1 missed, I believe. Not quite sure what happened there with his shot. But he's going around. They now have 2 angles to attack him from. Definitely smart choice to do here, so that you don't sit on the same entrance point. 100 is turning around. I would just sit out in the open of him. He can't one-shot you anyway, not even with a max roll. That was a really bad decision to shoot a rocket there into the side of him. You wouldn't have to beg for damage if you penned your rocket, or just a bit more patient with penning your shot. But you were able to pick him up to 6 kills, 5.9k damage, so some shots were quite questionable. Ammo selection definitely on point for most situations, except maybe the end there. And you could have probably rammed that Batchet when he was on 1 hit point, so a bit of a waste of a shot there. Managed to pick it up though. Focus fire was okay. Didn't see too many misplays. This clan was community created, in case anyone is wondering. You can join if you want to. Just message Senko on Discord. And yeah. So pretty good game. As your shot ratio is telling, you didn't fully aim in all. That batch shot bounce as well was a bit of a risky move. So, a bit questionable there, but gonna let it slide as you were able to win. And let's have a look at Timko with his T-54 on what map is it? It is once again Oasis Palms. Interesting. See that map once again. He's using the gun with more penetration. Definitely a viable option here. Gives you less DPM though, so you gotta be a bit more careful of that. He wants his team to go right. Generally, that's the better side for this map, at least for encounter battles. Supremacy might be a bit different. He's top tier here, and has the better team lineup for this desert, as the enemy team have 3 heavies and a tank destroyer. They only have 3 heavy tanks in their team, so definitely is the better choice for them. He's going quite aggressively in here to do some early spots and put some shots in as well. I would have probably risked shooting that 49 there. I am reading chat. I just don't know if I got the replay because I haven't seen the full channel yet. I'm going through them from time to time. Good shot there into the 49, good awareness. Looking for a pixel shot here, would have just moved up a bit more, as you could have done that. You got the turret armor to do so, and he is looking to pick up this T49 here. Fortunate that the Pantera misses his first, but pens the second, and he's side on here. Definitely not something you want to do. I'm not quite sure what he's doing right here exactly, as he just seems to be running. There's not really a reason to do that as of now. I would have just attacked that 49, probably shot that Pantera, but he has decided to do something different, and that is go towards his heavies, play this very passively, and that is gonna leave his other medium and light tank to die there. So nothing I would have chosen. Not quite sure why you did that, Timko. Especially since his heavies don't seem to be too helpful, so joining up with them wouldn't have done anything. You could have had that 49 dead by now. Pantera on low hit points. But score is now 1-3, so it's not looking all too good for you currently. The IS-3 is getting picked up. Looking for a shot here. Tiger 2 has the stock turret. Bit of a rushed shot on that. Definitely good work on that. Again, moving out sideways here, I mean, you have to get away, but you could have done it maybe a bit better. And is now gonna draw back the enemies. I would have turned left here, or stayed there for hold down purposes. Good pick up on that 49, ended up using auto aim for that. And now you're going left, yes? As the enemies are focusing on the cap now, as it's ticking, and there's 2 heavies there. You should definitely abuse that whenever you can to just poke them in the side, maybe even just track them if you can. There's an i6, i8 stock as well. If you know to stock tanks, maybe avoid focusing them and just go for those fully upgraded. It might seem a bit silly, but more often than not, the guys with stock tanks either don't have a full crew yet, or aren't that good with them. Not gonna hate people that grind stock tanks and are good players. It's just a general thing that you see in this game. I would go for track shot there on the IS-8, and he is keeping an eye on that Tiger and on his front as well. Really good awareness. Puts a great shot there into the IS-6. IS-8! Jesus Christ. bit of a rushed shot on the tiger. You can definitely just sit still. As he has a stock 88, he's not gonna pen. And if you bounce this often, maybe even decide for a heat and just straight through his upper plate. He's now in a 1v5 here. We know most of the HP of the enemies. I don't know why you went for an AP there, if you're honest. 400 hit points, you weren't one-shotting him anyway, so going for 2 heat would have been the safer option. There's still a very healthy AMX. The Charioteer is a 2-shot. And the Ice 8 is a 1-shot. Which he was able to bounce on. He rammed into the Charioteer. And used some HE. Definitely a good decision there. 54 is stock as he's using the smaller gun. Also still has the stock turret. And I would go for an Ice 8 here. Definitely does that as well. Has to somehow hide from this AMX who is shooting HE at him for an unknown reason. Using the 54 as cover here and now side scraping, definitely a good thing to do. Shot heat into the gun, you should be a bit more careful with that. You can just pen his turret right where it's gray. And took an extra shot here. The AMX is reloading. You can count shells of autoloaders, especially in these situations. You took a bit too long with that shot and you're angling in a bit of a bad way, as he can just shoot you into the upper plate or even the lower plate and penetrate. But he seems to still be on a reload. Should be reloaded any second, so angle up your armor. Over angles a bit, AMX doesn't shoot. And you were able to pick up that game. 6 kills, 1v5, 6.4k damage. Definitely could have gone way smoother. Way smoother than it is. You were able to win this game with some misplays of the enemy, but spotting them is also a skill. The first big misplay I saw with this game was moving away from your team. That 49 and Pat Pantera could have been dead already from the get-go. And then you could have maybe turned around, went around to dunes, but not that as far as you went, and just flank. It worked out in the end. Aiming is still not a strong suit, and definitely the ammo selection as well. Other than that, it was a good result. You managed to pull off this quite clutch 1v5. Still was a good game. I'm not gonna talk you down on that. All I'm here to do is find what was wrong and mention that. What was really solid though, and what I've noticed is your awareness. You kept looking at the tiger. What is he doing whilst you were shooting that Ice 8? Definitely a good thing to do. Ramming that what was it? Charioteer whilst coming down and then using HE was well done as well. Using that as cover of the 54. Great done. Using the 54 as cover from the Ice 8 and then the 54 as cover from the AMX. Definitely a smart thing to do. I liked that quite a lot, using your obstacles and your surrounding, so your thinking outside the box basically worked out here. So yeah, good game here. Some misplays, some how you call it, repositioning movements, a bit questionable, but it worked out. Great game in general. Let's have a look at the next replay, but before that let me drink because I'm talking quite a lot. And we're gonna have a look at Layla's replay now in the Black Prince on Falls Creek. Oh, talking so much hurts. Jeez. And she has no camo. Layla, put camo on your tank, please. Please. Even if it's just a common one. Put a camo on it. I do have a demo, yes. I can maybe put it on the Discord server later. But I rarely check that, so... yeah. Don't think it will be useful all that much. Anyway, let's have a look at the game here at hand. There's no HE, also a minus point here. You definitely want some. Even if it's a small caliber as the Black Prince, some HE is always a good thing to have. Like maybe 2 or 3 maximum and minimum for any given tank. The higher the caliber, the more you want to have, of course. So that's already 2 things I want to notice here. It's a tier 6 game, only 3 tier 7s on both teams. Not a lot of high penetration tanks other than that AMX and the SU if he shoots heat. So what I would do in this situation on Falls Creek is just go straight ham, go on that bridge, go down into C, cap C, move up the ridgeline and just destroy everything on this side. And yeah, let's see how Layla is going to be playing this out here with her Black Prince. Not sure why you would shoot just randomly into the air. Maybe a misclick can always happen. No spoilers, Dark. I'm seeing all of these replays for the first time. And there is the AMX. So the AMX really is the biggest threat here with his 212mm of AP penetration. On his Top Gun, you want to look out for that. Good idea to blind shot. But as the AMX just was spotted, it was unlikely that there's an enemy. And there's quite a lot of tanks already spotted on the other side, so I would just go down. Unfortunate bounce there. You can load HE and pen a Yak Panzer IV in the back. So for those situations, HE can be nice. We're able to pick him up there. Not sure if adrenaline was really needed in that situation, as you're wasting the other 10 seconds now pretty much. But you were able to pick up the kill, so it's not too bad. Trying to give some more fire support on the enemy side. The Panther now is out. AMAX is getting focused by his team. Not too bad there. And it seems that the AMX will get taken off here. You aimed quite high there. SU dash shot, heat, or even just AP in the side of the turret. Bit of a awareness missing there. You can always have a look at the minimap as well if you're looking at something else and you don't want to zoom out all the time. Trying to shoot that VK there on the move, definitely a thing you can do. Good blind shot there, probably connected. Doing another one is definitely a thing you can do. The SU there. Not sure if you want to blind shot that, but it can work out, of course. Unfortunate bounce there on the gun mantlet. Definitely have to be careful with the shots, but it's not your fault. The 100Y there being a bit rude. There's the T20. Now you could, where would be a good situation to use the adrenaline, as there's quite a lot of tanks coming in. That was really good. I like that one, as the there was nothing else to shoot at the situation, and he was kind of in B, I think. A reset there is always not too bad. Give yourself some time to breathe. The TD there's going for that VK. I wouldn't have turned around here. There's still 3 guys behind you that could just shoot you straight into your turret. They're all bouncing, fortunately, but it can also go the opposite way. Adrenaline using now is a good idea as well. Gets that VK quite easily. There's the type. You could have gone for the T20. Definitely noticed that. Missed shot there, but probably wasn't on fault for that. Looked like it lagged your game. Takes the type here. I would have still gone for the T20 here. Again, the type can't pen you. It has quite bad frontal or penetration, and the armor of the Black Prince is quite strong. Quite a fortunate outcome here. You had your turret to the side. The KV2 bounced with its AP. Could have penned. And you were just going out sideways towards the T20, which could have penned as well. So luck was on your side here. Definitely have to be more careful about that. Awareness is okay, but it can be improved upon, for sure. Unfortunate there that we're not able to kill that KV2, and now it's just the Cheeto left. Cap points are going close, and this is unfortunately a loss. Hey, Pod 7. So, you got rewarded with an AC, even though it was a loss. Very good base experience here, considering it is a loss. Maybe if you killed that T20 a bit earlier, you could have saved a couple of hit points. That type couldn't harm you in any way, shape, or form, so going for him was a bit unnecessary, in my opinion. So, yeah. Quite unfortunate at the end. A bit misplays here and there that I mentioned during the game already. So, yeah, bit unfortunate. Already saw some good blind shots. Awareness can be improved upon. Target priorities, something you definitely have to look to improving a bit. Look at those that can harm you, focus them first. Like, both of them don't have good penetration, but T20 has more and higher alpha damage. So look out for that if you can. But yeah, that's all I can really say to that. Maybe a bit too defensive there in cap C. It could have already moved up to B. You can play hold down there as well. So, bit unfortunate really. But yeah, hello Tim and Treadhead. Hello Cole. Not quite sure what you mean exactly, Cole. You would have to explain it. Okay. We got a nice 4 game here from our good old manager, who is selecting all the replays from Replay of the Week. Or the winning replay. So let's have a look what he was able to accomplish with his IS-4. He's definitely a skilled player, so I'm assuming I don't have to do too much criticizing here. I hope, at least. You canting. Layla, also remember to take a couple of HE. Also against that type you could have used it. Like for your Black Prince, maybe put 3 to 5 in. Even if you don't use them in the game, just having them can help. So yeah. We got IS-4 here. I would go to the same position. He's using gun rammer on his IS-4. I personally prefer to use calibrated, but the pen is great enough anyway. We got an armor advantage for the side here of the greens. Quite a lot of firepower there for the reds though, with those 3 TDs and the VKK having his 150mm. Want to be careful with that. Good heat there into the VK. Cheek. TD already bounced, could be any of the 3 enemies, so you don't quite know what it could be. It's not a waffle though, and as the camo of the girl is quite bad after firing, I'm assuming that was a 268. It was. Big brain. VK already picked up his grill. He is gonna be pushing in here now on set VK together with his SU. Has to be a bit careful about the tank destroyers in the back. Is able to pick him up. There's the object who was shooting one of his teammates. Bit of a snapshot there. Not bit of it, was one. Right. I mean, you had to take it. Either you hit or miss, and as the saying goes, you miss every shot you don't take. He tried his luck. He didn't have enough, so it missed. He also didn't have any time to aim that rail, if we're honest. I would probably do the same now. You gotta have to progress here. And to progress you need to push forwards, so that's definitely the right thing to do. I would probably take that rock over here as it's a little bit more comfortable to play against this tank and the tank behind him. But as the SDI is stuck anyway, he shouldn't be able to harm the ice for all too much. Score is now 2-4, so he definitely has to have his work cut out for him here. There's still a lot of hit points though on his team. Bit of a rushed shot once again. Maybe aim a bit more and for a bit longer. There's the grill. Good awareness that he saw him. And a solid HE, a bit of a rushed shot again though, so maybe take a bit more time with aiming. So definitely you should look out for that. E50M here, not sure if you really would want to focus on this target. He's using the stock gun, so he doesn't have a lot of hit points. I'd probably go for the 268, as it's just the more dangerous target here. The grill is now in the cap. 268 killed the motion. His gun is damaged. I would not repair it just yet, as he is doing here, because you don't need it currently. He got tracked, so it's a good time to use it. Mouse picked up the motion. There's the grill, there's the 268. I'd probably go for the 268 as the traverse speed as well as the gun is just way better in my opinion. 268 picks up the mouse, is going for the 268 as well. I would probably go for a ram here, making sure this 268 is a one shot with his next AP shot. Aims for the weak part of the armor, gets his max roll anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if he rammed or not. Drill only tracks and rams into him. Would load the HE here as well. Auto aim may be a little bit risky. Definitely a thing you can do though. Grill bounces again, and an AP will finish off the job here. 4 kills, 4.5k damage, bounced 3k. Not a lot to complain, maybe snapshot a bit less, Tim, and you should be good to go. Because you missed like what, 2 shots, 3 shots? 3 shots messed up. So if those were damaging shots, you would probably be at 6k. Still a good result though. Ace getting in the 4th game, definitely nice. Yes, I knew about this game, I just didn't see it yet. Overall, there was some angling in there. Not a lot to really be worth mentioning, but he angled up his armor against every enemy. And yeah, generally just a good game. And oh, nothing can complain about. But we see a tryhard appear. We see a wild tryhard. I'm gonna be having fun looking at this game. We have GC, and let's have a look at what he's able to bring us here. Why is my screen messed up? There we go. So we are on Neville Frontier. 2 mouses in the enemy team. Ada Gravy. And those are pretty much the only real armored tanks in that team. He has for himself a VKP and a Yak Panzer with armor. He's going to the middle here. It's a good opening. This tank is quick enough to get here. Finds a mouse, side on. He takes his sweet time to shoot. I would have probably done the same. He sees a tree falling, at least I hope he does. So he should be preparing a blind shot. No need to, as the Death Star is getting spotted though. Puts a snapshot in and is able to connect. So already 1.4k damage, 2 good high rolls. And already a solid start. He saw that E50M, good awareness here. As he is a tryhard, he definitely has to have that. Otherwise he would be punished. And I'm assuming he's gonna push him now. I would probably do the exact same thing. As the E50M is currently not focused on us, but on something else. Probably in sniper mode. He was not paying attention. And is getting punished here. PTA is now coming in as well, and the E50M has quite an interesting target priority here. He was able to put a max shot into him. Still full hit points. And now there's two mouses approaching. Is gonna go for the heat here. Definitely the safer shot, as you can just pen the upper plate. Because even if you shoot at weak points, you still could miss. That's how guns work in this game. So let's see what the 268 is able to accomplish here. He's just holding for now. Not really a lot you can do in this situation. Wouldn't have maybe shot it that late. I would have probably shot earlier just to make sure that I can hit him to begin with, because he was already falling back at the moment you were pulling the trigger, and even a bit before that. So bit of a late decision. He knows about that trick, so that's nice. You can pen a T95 in its tracks as the armor extends over it. Jagdpanzer is able to pick him up. We only got two mouses here currently. It's a 4-on-4 situation. Shot heat here, but bounced as it was quite a rushed shot. So if you aimed there a bit longer, you could have just penned the mouse with AP quite easily. That Ice 8 there is a bit of a troublesome support for those mouses, but has a stock turret, so he can pen that shot quite easily with AP. Jagdpanzer here not able to connect the shot. Mouse just fired, so he is setting the mouse on fire here. Good fire. His, I think it was a Sheridan, just died to that Death Star. Bit of a risky peek here. Once again, he could have taken some damage by the Ice 8. Puts another shot into the mouse. He should start to focus fire together with his team a bit more, as if they just keep on spreading hit points from those mouses, it's not gonna end well for him. I'm not sure if he aimed on the fuel tanks there on purpose, but he was able to max roll and set him on fire, so it's his second fire on a mouse. He's retreating here, loads the HC for the mouse. Definitely the smart thing to do. Is able to pick him up as well and is retreating a bit more. Has to move forward here. Leopard is coming in as well for a ram? Question mark? I'm not sure why he did that, but he's gonna hide again behind the mouse here. Takes that shot, a bit of an unnecessary one to take. Has 8.3k damage already. Still has a Death Star and an IS-8 to deal with. So there's probably still around 10,000 damage on the board. He rushed his shot. And yeah, he lost with 8.3k damage. I don't know how I can give my opinion without being rude, seeing the result. But I'm gonna do it anyway. So the fight against the mouse in and of itself is not a lot to complain on, other than maybe focusing one mouse first before spreading your target or your fire on both, as you did. Aiming for the fuel tanks on the mouse has definitely worked. Smart thing to do. If you can, you should. And he did. That last exchange with the mouse was unnecessary. You could have hidden behind the mouse a bit longer and probably just waited for him to peek around. The IS-8 wasn't anywhere close yet. He was still down. Saw that on the minimap. So it would have taken him a while to get back anyway. You would have been on 700 hit points probably if you didn't take that shot from the mouse. You could have then won the exchange on the IS-8, as you can out-reload him by quite a bit. He was still stock, so I did not expect him to have a full crew. Your reload is way better than an IS-8, and you would have two-shotted him, most likely. So yeah, you could have still taken a shot as well. That exchange with the mouse at the end threw this game away, I'm pretty sure. And then that shot of frustration just didn't find its target. So great game in general. I'm gonna say that outright. Good focus fire. Getting that E50M out early was very good. Giving some fire support when he could. Focusing those mouses was nice. Using the right ammo at the right moment was nice. But yeah, he just kind of fluffed it at the end there. It might have happened to me as well. Not saying I could have done it better than him. I haven't reached 8k damage yet on Blitz, so gonna put that straight. But the misplay happened anyway, and I'm gonna point that out. Still was a good game though. 1600 base experience for a loss is incredible. Only missed one shot, only bounced one shot. Great game. Oh, he bounced two actually. Not sure why it's not saying that. He bounced one on the mouse, one on the IC. Huh. Well, that's all I can say to this game, really. Without really sounding like an asshole, I guess. So yeah, let's have a look at Dark here. Who's the next one to send a replay? With what seems to be a Hellcat. Oh, you dare playing bad in my goddess. I like the camo. Thumbs up. Thumbs up for the camo. Thumbs down for using extra armor or not having enough equipment on your Hellcat. I'm just joking. So he probably doesn't have full equipment, suggested by him not having extra hit points on the tank. Unless for some reason he has extra armor. He is in a tier 7 game on Vineyards. I would probably go here on the house. Pretty much the easiest position to take on this entire map. Ammo loadout is pretty solid. His tank or his team is in a bit of an advantage, I would say. They have a T29 over an IS, meaning that it's gonna be easier for them to get the middle if he decides to play there. They have the better TDs. That Yak Panther definitely is gonna work out in their favor. What else? Yeah, they got a bit more mobility. They got a medium. They got a light tank. Let's just see how he plays this, shall we? Why would you use extra armor, dog? I don't see the point of it. Do not dare to touch my dog, Spicy. He's taking this spot. As I thought he would. Gonna use an early spot here. Hello there. TV tank. Extra armor is OP. No. Not a good team here already if you look at it this way. But let's just pause it. So, a couple things worth to mention here. First of all of his team is going to the city. All of it. Except for him. He's probably in the best position on this entire map. If you look at it from a range perspective. So you can cover here, you can spot here, you can shoot into here. You can support people who are here. You can traverse to shoot into the city in pretty much all gaps. And if someone comes out from here, You can look at the cap, but it's quite risky, and you got a bush here as well. So pretty much this is the best area on the map. He decided to take it with his fast and well camoed tank destroyer. But his team is not playing with him. So what I would probably do is play here for a couple more, maybe like 30 seconds to a minute, and then I would probably rush off into the city, because this is not safe. If the SP1C decides to flank him, he's pretty screwed. If there's a heavy coming here, he's pretty much screwed. Because if he tries to reverse people from all over here, he can just shoot him to ground. Tank destroyers from all TD positions can shoot him. Bit risky here, so let's just see how he's gonna be playing this. They also don't have anyone in the middle, so this decapping will be quite difficult. What am I doing? I'm analyzing subscriber replays and giving my thoughts on it, and what you can do better or what's already really good. Hey Criminal and hey Derby. So he's deciding to take the cap role here. As no one of his team did. Probably the T29 should have done that. Yeah, chat, that's what I meant though. That's what I meant as well. Now the IS is pushing in, and as he has pretty much a brain dead team at this point here, he has to be careful. His shots are hitting though where he's aiming at, so that's really nice. T29 finally appeared. Hello Beast Emperor. Hello Jobin. And he's aiming his shots really nicely, I gotta give credit to that. He's aiming in the shot, he's hitting them where he's aiming at. That shot was just not pennable. Because of the angle that he was at. He could have had a look at the SU there, or anyone down below like the SP1C. But he has somewhat established a crossfire now from this position. He can look across everyone. He's gonna play this position really nicely. Let's see just how he's gonna do it. He's penning a shot. He's still only using AP in his tank. Uses the HE now on the SP1C. His shots are sitting. And currently I'm not seeing any misplay whatsoever. Maybe sticking out a bit too long, but the enemy is not punishing him, so he can, of course, just take the spot and abuse it to the fullest extent that he can. Let's see if he can hit that. He could have aimed this a bit longer. Would have made the shot a bit easier. I absolutely do not agree with you, Ting. And let's have a look at what he's going to do here. He's flanking around. SU is somewhat looking, so a good quick snapshot there was a good choice. He is loading the APCI here for a safe pickup. Possible, he could have shot HE as well, both were viable options. And he is gonna push forward now. He still has full hit points. He has that SP1C, which is a one shot. He still has an SU100 that he has to worry about, but is a one shot. Good pickup there with HE, I believe. So good ammo decision. Really good shot there. Again with HE. And the SU-152 picks up the Thunder. I don't know what to say. This game was pretty much played to the T, just as you should play the tank in a supporting role, as he did aggressively. It worked out for him really nicely. He hit a shot, he took his time to aim, had a good focus fire and target priority here, and he didn't get punished for it. He played this really nicely. He bounced a couple of shots, but that can happen. The only one he couldn't avoid was the one on the VKH when he was fighting on the bridge. If he aimed a bit longer on the SU, he could have penned its shot there. But overall, great game. Nothing to complain about. He played the Hellcat just as you should. And yeah, really nice game in general. Let me just make a quick pause for 1 or 2 minutes because my throat is getting quite sore and I need to drink something. So be right back. Alright, I'm back. Just had to give my throat a bit of time. As that quite hurt. But anyway, let's keep on continuing. I did not abandon you. Hello there, Pooh. Welcome back. Ayla. Oh yeah. Let's continue with Dukadomi, or part 7, with his standard B on New Bay. Playing in tier 10 here. Not a good matchup for him. Quite a lot of heavy tanks or heavily armored enemies. In tier 10 there. Pen is good on this tank, but you can still struggle against some tier 10s. Not too sure what to think about this map in general. His ammo loadout and setup overall seems to be fine. I'm guessing he's going to the bridge here. Yeah. So he's taking an early like sniping position, I guess. So he just took his time. Sometimes you see people peeking through. So definitely good thing to do. No one came through that gap though, so he was not able to put any shots in. Looking through the gap here now. As he has APCI, doesn't have to give much lead. Gonna put his second shot in. Do not. He shot the third. Is he gonna pick him up as well? He won't. And what you should do now is save up your shots as you went down to your third. Definitely not a good thing to do. Lovely thing that you waited there until your second shot was in the clip. So you definitely know about not having your reload interrupted. You gonna wait again? Oh, he is not. You should have waited there for like 2 to 3 more seconds for your second shell to come in, because it's really screwing with your reload, especially as he was sitting still. There was no trouble with that. It was a kill shot, so I guess it's fine here. But definitely interrupting reload more and more often will make your DPM be less and less, so try to avoid that to the minimum. Let's have a look at how he's gonna be playing this. So he puts his first in, max rolling fire. Quite nice. Is he gonna burn down? He does not. And I would just save my shot here. I wouldn't even fire, because he isn't looking at me. He just fired now, and he is gonna take a sweet time to be reloaded anyway, so I would have waited. Once again, I would have waited. And as he didn't pen as well, that was really not a good thing to happen. And you're just pretty much ruining your reload more and more. Seems to be working out though, as the enemy team is not seemingly being the smartest. Flanking around here, definitely a good idea. You are a free shot for a 57 heavy. Are waiting for the teammate to push in as well, so that you can come from 2 flanks. Good awareness, but you really need to work more on not going into your reload too much. He just shot pretty much all of his shots. I think I counted 2, could be 3, and might have missed one. So he is on a reload anyway, so you can just go in and pick up your third kill. Solid game. There was just some misplays, mostly really being about going too deep in your reload. I never really tried to get above the second shot or deeper than that, and unless you have a kill shot, of course. I don't know. You interrupted your reload a couple of times, so try to work on that. If you see it's like on 3 seconds, don't shoot. Even for 4, I would just wait. But yeah. Aiming was good. Only missed 1 shot. Had a couple of non-pinning HEs, I think, that E1. But else, the game was solid. Just some minor things that you can tweak about the auto reloading mechanic. But yeah. Overall, it was well played. And can't complain all too much. Let's get the next replay in, which is from Daniel. Not sure if he's still watching. And it is in the Sheridan. Our second Sheridan game today. And it's on Dead Rail here with a full tier 10 matchmaking. Looking at the lineups, the enemy team seems to be a bit more well-rounded. They got an extra heavy tank, they got one more medium instead of a light tank, and they got a TD less. So it's probably a better lineup for this map, but let's see how our good old Daniel is gonna play this map. And if you're wondering why he's not using any provisions, we featured him in the last replay of the week, and I asked him why he's not using any, and he has given a comment saying that in his opinion there's not a lot that changes if you use them, so that's why he's not using any. Hello Lassie. So he put a first shot in, is picking up that SCB now. Solid shot right there. Not too sure what their 57 heavy is doing, but his team decided to go in full medium side. They were able to finish off that STB. And he is gonna be the aggressor here, as he is the scout. You definitely want to spot your enemies, use your speed that you have. And he's lining up for a rocket right now. Is not necessary, so he's switching right back. And let's see how he is going to be playing the rest of the game. The chieftain seems to be quite aggressively typing in chat. So let's see how this game is going to develop. They're currently leading in terms of tanks. Quite a snapshot there on the ice for. He seems to be doing that quite a bit. It's just waiting here for his reload. He's keeping that 57 heavy spotted. Has an eye out for him as well. He's gonna hit that shot. Hey there, Fizzy. You finished streaming already? Now he should group up with his teammates. The Leopard is doing that already. There's an E3 that he could probably be picking up here. Gets an ammo rack as well. Not able to save his chieftain though. And it's gonna go straight back in here. Probably gonna go and have a look if he can kill that STB. Or put a shot into the chieftain. Both working. Not sure if he's typing right now. But he seems to be. I feel you. I feel you, Daniel. Alright, good shot there into the STB, good pickup into the turret. Is hiding now, wants to get safe on his reload. let's have a look at what he's gonna do here. He reversed out. Traded a shot. He has the higher alpha damage and he's still full HP. Definitely is viable option here. He saw that Icefall coming, so better to get the hell out of there. And he's gonna hit that. Still is getting targeted here by all of the heavy tanks on the enemy team. His tank destroyer is not really able to support him all too much. Has loaded DHC already here for the 57 heavy. And is able to pick up the kill here. Really good ammo choice for him. Your part here now has been picked up. And he is loading the heat here for the IS-4. Is deciding to go for an APCR instead though. And puts him down to 600 hit points here. You could have argued of going for a rocket, as he's not a 2-shot anyway. But it doesn't matter, he was able to penetrate. And he's just trying to bait out this IS-4, as it seems currently he still has to be careful about the chieftain, as he could be anywhere by now. Was trying to curve a rocket around the house, only hitting the track. Smart idea, definitely thing you could do. Didn't work out in the end, so he has to think of something else to do here. And he's taking his time. He definitely should. His teammate is approaching in his Yak Panzer. He's now been spotted, so the IS-4 has seen him as well. And he's just gonna take his time, wait for the Yak. The Yak just bounced the shot from what I think is the chieftain. He's trying to expose his spaced armor here. Just a little bit, as you can see. Risky there, but the Yak is now coming in. The chieftain is pushing on the Death Star, so that will probably end quickly. As the rocket, that was really unnecessary. You should have just gone for an APCR on the side. Yak Panzer shot him straight into the turret, and now the IS-4 is just gonna be turning around for you. APCR in the back is gonna clear him. And yeah, not looking too good right now. The chieftain's still on like what, 1,400 hit points, I believe. We got 1 minute left. Daniel here on 5.5k damage and 5 kills. Definitely wants to get that chieftain. Man, this chieftain doesn't know what he's talking about. Daniel here gets spotted out in the open. Trades a shot with the chieftain, putting him down to a 2-shot. And what he should do now is just rocket, keep him spotted as well. Is able to do so. Can't manage to put on a shot. The Yak there puts us quite a low roll into the chieftain. He's gonna play aggressive here. He only has 10 seconds left. And is able to get the victory here. Even though his team was quite toxic. He was able to secure the win. Definitely. His positional play, really well done. His repositioning, his dragging out of the enemies, waiting for his teammates, even if they aren't the smartest of players, worked out in the end. He got rewarded with 1,800 base experience. Got 2.7k assist here, which is quite a lot, given the fact that he has done for himself already 6.3k. Don't be that guy. Anyways, really well played. Good ammo selection as well. A bit questionable there with the last rocket on the IS-4. Nevertheless, it has worked out for him. So, GG to you. And let's have a look at how David plays his E100 here. On, I believe, Himmelsdorf. Ow, my back. So, David here coming in a bit late into the replay. Doesn't have time to analyze the tank lineup here of the teams. What? If I would join into this game and see this, I would be mad. I would be quite mad if I saw this. Then you have one guy in the front and a Sheridan flanking already. So let's just have a quick look at the lineup here. We got 3 heavy tanks on both sides. We actually got mirror matchups for the classes, so it doesn't matter too much. They both got a Sheridan for their team. They got a bit less armor. Oh wait, no. Yeah, they... no, wait. I'm confused. They overall got less armor than the enemy team, so they definitely have to make up for penning their shots. So let's have a look at how David is going to be playing this game. In his E100. Has arrived in this sort of like street now. I'm just looking down on it. Not a lot has happened yet. You shouldn't be overly aggressive as well. They got a Sheridan in the middle of the map, so they got some positional advantage. And let's have a look at how he is able to get some result here. But if he maybe doesn't, who knows? E100 dead. Would have gone for heat. Heat there in that situation would have been this. Not a good idea. He switched back to AP and got rewarded. Good pen there on the side of the E100, who had overangled quite a bit. And just in a matter of like 20 seconds, 3 teammates died. He lost 2 tank destroyers and the eyes of his team, the Sheridan. In the middle of the map, scores now 0-3. Was able to pick a shot there into the IS-4, has seen the 268, got the awareness down. There's the E100 who is stuck. He's going straight into the turret and he's looking to angle up a little bit here. There is looking, so you should angle up again. Seems like that was not needed in this situation though. Sees the Death Star. I would have shot already, but he's taking a little bit longer. Makes sure he can hit and penetrate his shot. For some safe damage. Still, the score is not looking too good though. He should load some HE. He does load the HE for the E100. Aim in and pick up the kill. Really well played here. Score is now 1-4. Their 50B has been taken care of. The Death Star is on quite the low hit point, so he could be one-shotted here. Unfortunate timing with that 268 is all I can say. Has noticed that FV has seen Sheridan. I'm not sure why he didn't have a look at if he could shoot the FV, because I'm pretty sure he was. Death Star has been picked off. He has to play this aggressively now, otherwise this will not go in his favor. 268 has been picked off. He is looking at his surrounding here, but just looking won't win you a game. So he has to make somewhat of a move. I would just probably go straight for it. Load HE. Splash the enemy IS-4. As you can't do anything against that Death Star in his current position anyway. Not a nice for it's a Hori. Excuse me. He missed the shot on the Sheridan. IS-4 picks up the enemy IS-4. Death Star is now incoming, so you have to move forward. There is no other way of doing it. Takes a shot from both enemies. Did not repair his tracks. Not sure as to why. Meaning you took an extra shot from the Death Star, which was unnecessary. It could have saved those hit points for later. IS-4 has been picked up by the Sheridan, and now it's just him. In pretty much one shot for both. And he tries the HE on the Death Star. That can work. The angle was not quite right, so it didn't work out for him here. He's not using his adrenaline either, which is quite confusing. Death Star seems to have gone AFK or something. Oh, he's back. Looks for an HE, is able to pen the HE. Angles up on the Sheridan and is able to do so as well. And now it's just him against the Sheridan, who could kill him with HE. So he has to be really careful about every single movement he does. Loads the HE. Does a max roll here for 500. As he did not penetrate the Sheridan here. Seemingly has some connection issues. Just ramming into him, avoiding getting circled, and he is able to pick up the Sheridan there. Quite a clutch victory in the end. It looked like a total loss to me, but he was able to turn around. Quite a lot of things I would work on here, David. One of the things being more aggressive. You sat in the back a bit too long, and with a bit I mean like a minute too long. You should have been in there and bringing hell to the enemy. Some aimed shots were really good. Then you had others which were really bad. For example, against that starting shot on the Sheridan, which could have been a hit. That one FV where you could have just taken an AP and check him, or because the angle was not quite right for an HE pen, even though it looked great, it wasn't, as you saw. The second HE though was great, which helped you. Yeah, really clutch victory. Got the ace for it. Not quite sure how you really managed to win this game, considering it looked this bad for you, but you were able to do it, so congrats for you on that one. If I would have had to give a reason or a result for this game, in my opinion, you should have lost this for the sole fact that you were being too passive, and some shots were really questionable. But let's not hate on anyone. Good game, and congrats for your ace, mate. Hey there, Schattendrache. Let's have a look at Ting, who is waiting in the chat the whole time, it seems. And he's playing an IS-7 here on False Creek, together with Soft in a platoon. And looking at the lineup here, I would probably go onto the medium side and support my bad chat. And it seems that that is what he will be doing. Nah, I'm not meaning that, Daniel. I was more of... He took shots that should have either be aimed longer, better, or just outright penned. But yeah. Layla, I'm just trying to be honest. That's all I'm doing. Just analyzing what I'm seeing. Lying would be not a real analysis, so yeah. No offense to anyone, I'm just picking out misplays and trying to help you guys to get better. Currently, Ting here has put in 2 shots. Aimed that a bit too high, but good effort. Has to turn around here for sure. The bridge has been overrun. He has lost 3 teammates already. There's a Death Star. He has been spotted. You should be careful, as it's Papa's then in a Death Star. Looking for an APCR there. Not quite working out. And you seem to have some lag here, at least the replay is showing, okay? Good bounce there from the yak, wiggling back and forth is helping. And yep, that's either that is me or your lagging thing. Can you tell us in the chat? And either confirm or deny. APCR there into the nah, that was too heighting. Currently just holding here that E1 not approaching. I7 coming in, AP for the low plate is enough. Rocket, ooh, just coming short here. And that ram, you weren't lagging? Alright, that's a bit weird then. Was about to say that ramming there is gonna help making the I7 a one shot. But it seems as that didn't help whatsoever. APCR here would have done the same. Picks up the kill. And the E1 here being not quite the enemy you want to face in a tank like the I7. But of course the side armor is helping. He is gonna use the rack here. Using your surroundings will definitely help you win. Especially against enemies that are way more mobile. He's getting support here from the 57 heavy. His platoon mate has been picked up by the E100 and now it's a 2-on-3. And he is looking to get the hell out of there via a rock. Looking to reposition here and probably just regroup with the 57 heavy. Is not able to do so. He got caught out in the open and has been picked up by the E100 and the Yak. And now it's just him against 3 German quite heavily armored tanks. The issue with the I7 is the much lack of penetration and good gun handling. So this is quite the tough matchup for an I7. And let's have a look at how Ting is going to be playing this out here. There was someone in the cap going through the cap, so it indicates that he is just passing it. Meaning there would be someone here has used that knowledge against the E100 and was able to put an early shot in already. Side scraping here. And as you can see, he was over angling. Don't know how to show that best. So E100 is here, and I'm looking at how much the E100 can see right now after he fired is just this much. And because he angled it in this way, there's not really a lot for the E100 to penetrate. If he were to fall back again, he would see the upper plate, but he immediately moved forward. So there was no way for 100 to pen him in this regard. Not sure if that rep kit you should have saved. Loading some HE here. Quite the missed shot. But it was a shot that you were going to take. And I would have probably gone for a similar idea. It just didn't work out as intended. There's the motion coming in. And you have to turn around again. Motion hitting the turret. Good snapshot there into the motion cheeks with some APCR. Is now a one shot for AP. But not for APCR. There's the Yak coming in. He's pretty much screwed at this point. There's an E100 coming, which is a 2-shot. There's a Yak coming, a 2-shot, and the motion is the only possible 1-shot here. So E100 here is getting tracked. Good shot there by Ting. And now the other 3 Germans are coming, so I'm curious as to how he is going to be playing this game. He has 40 seconds left. Motion missed, so he has time until that guy has reloaded here. Trying to get around the motion, away from the Yak. is able to pick up that. And is now reverse side scraping against the Jaeger here. Angling maybe a bit too much. The Yak hit the rack of the Mauschen. I believe it was the gun that he hit. Maybe aimed a bit too long there and has to worry about the Yak out reloading in here now, as he is using adrenaline. And he gets HE. Good effort. Definitely tried your best there. That Yak just outsmarting you using HE in the end and out reloading you thanks to the adrenaline that he had. Was a really close fight. A good track shot ended E100, then using the Mauschen as cover. Attempting to reverse side script there also was a good thought, but was unnecessary at the time being. And yeah, not too sure what to say about this game. You pretty much aimed in your all or most of your shots. You only missed 2, and I can't even remember which that was, other than one of the shots on the E100. So yeah, good game, but not good enough it seems to win it. And I can't really find anything to talk about here for this game. So let's just move on to the next replay, which is a waffle by Bigger Project. Let's see how he's going to play that Tonk. And he is on a tier 10 game. Never Frontier here, a map we have seen before from GC in his 268 from the other spawn. And he is playing here together with OG Project. What blind shot thing? Not sure what are you're talking about. Why did he stop there? That looked quite odd from the E75. Took a shot in return here from that E75. And so far he's just using the middle position. Quite a standard opening play here. What's not standard is that position of the VK. Tried the heat for the cheek, didn't manage to hit it. And has to be careful, there was an enemy spotted already going into their spawn. And he is getting spotted here, if you have a look on the minimap. He was able to get away though, so he's gonna keep on aiming for the VK. Puts an exact average 640 into him. Not sure if he wants to stay here. Platoon mate has been killed. And he will be repositioning. Grouping up with the rest of his team. The Sheridan, they're probably gonna get rushed and focused next. And the 113 here not in a good position either, now dead. Solid heat there into the turret of the E75, so the ammo selection is so far on point. Looking to kill that BK or the E75. You could have shot HE there just for good measure, but AP works fine as well. Takes a shot from the E1 and the Sheridan has been picked off as well. That E1 here is now on a reload. He definitely counted the shells, that I can guarantee. Puts a good maxro there into the E1, who stays on 1 hit point. Sees that Sheridan, of course. Hey Admiral. And let's see if... Bit of a miscoordination there with that E1 getting in the way. 62A has been picked up. E1 now still alive on 1 hit point. Is able to kill that prototype, already up to 3.7k damage. mouse is still on 2100 hit points. Only tier 10 left in this game. And he's currently repositioning here, probably looking up for a kill on this E1. He has loaded the HC to manipulate, or to pretty much bypass getting screwed by RNG, I guess. There's the enemy waffle. Good solid snapshot there into the waffle. And now it's just the mouse versus 3 tier 9s. And they got him pretty much cornered here. And he got just a line of fire and is getting ignored by the mouse. KPF here, the main target of the mouse. And he is going to rush in. But I don't know what that mouse is doing. I wonder. Yeah. Really good game here. Can't complain. He aimed his shots in. He focused the targets. The only thing that you can really mention here is when his platoon mate died, that he immediately went away from his position and grouped up with the rest of his team. And he was successful, did 5.5k damage with 5 kills. Got 1595 base experience. Yes, I just said that for the many 5s. And he only missed 1 shot. So well played here. Nothing to complain about for this game. Nothing I could really hint at. So let's just go straight to the next one. Which is the second ever game from Iron in his Black Dog, I believe. And it is on Naval Frontier as well. Interesting. Getting into the game a bit late. Has no heat. Uses double fuel and food. Quite the odd setup. But let's see how he can work with that. They have a failed platoon in the team, meaning tier 6 tanks. And he is playing immediately on the heavy line here as a somewhat supporting role, I'm assuming. Already putting his first shot into the Yak Panther. He could even argue of checking for an HE there, but it was unnecessary, and he picks up his first kill there on the JP. He seems to have some ping issues, so if it looks sketch, that's just that, as replay is displaying those issues as well. Good awareness there that you can shoot them. So far I don't see any misplays. You could probably be a bit more aggressive though. You could like go up here and give some cross shots in. But he's deciding to go for a more passive approach. So let's see if it's gonna work out for him. Going a bit more aggressive now. He has spotted the Lupus. Be careful with peeking here. As he's lacking the heat, he will not be able to pen him frontally, pretty much. Nice shot down the Tiger. Good patience. Score is now 3-4. He's looking for those commander Polish shots. Not really working out though. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Ting. Sorry. Can you send me a screenshot on Discord with the moment of when you took that blind shot, because I can't remember one as of right now. He's playing quite carefully here. He should probably focus on that Tiger a bit more. Spotted that Lupus again and is now slowly repositioning. Quite a janky camera here. Yeah, it's a laggy game. Yeah, that's the ping, I'm assuming. As you're playing from Asia on the EU server. So far, scores 3-4. You could have aimed that a bit more to the left, and with a bit more, I mean a couple centimeters. Otherwise, you would have probably hit that. There's the Indian Panzer, caught him off guard. Has decided to heal him, of course. Missing another shot here on that Indian, so definitely one thing you will have to work on is your shot ratio or your accuracy. Though I'm assuming that about 20 to 30% of this is all due to your ping. So let's see if you can pick up the Indian. Should be fine, yes. It's just the Tiger to left here. You could have tried to circle him a bit more. You got that speed boost, so maybe use that. Has flanked him. Just a Gravedigger left here, and then the Lupus. Not sure what your attempt was here, as he was clearly behind her. Tank rack, and now it's just the Lupus. You are a one-shot, so you have to be careful. Your teammate is also a one-shot. You still got 2 minutes and 30 left. This is just gonna be of you missing the premium rounds. There is the Lupus. And he is going down using his adrenaline, so not too sure what he's doing, but what you can do now, or what you should be doing, is approach him from above, because the Lupus has no gun elevation. He is not able to shoot back on you, so I'm not quite sure why you're not doing that. Maybe that's a lack of knowledge. But it's something I can tell you, that he has no gun elevation, so the next time you meet a Lupus, just stay above him. He just fired, so you should go in for a second shot. That's ping. Purely a result of ping. And this is looking like a standoff here, with no real good outcome for you unless he pushes. Like that. Just fired, so you should. I'm not aim with third person auto aim. You should really aim in. As he was firing, you have him on the reload, so you can take your time. Sit out in the open if you want to. And then just, well, abuse that he fired. Take your time, aim, and pen him. And then you could have just rushed in with a speed boost and just shot him in the side. Probably would have worked. So yeah, it's probably gonna either cost you the game or be a draw here. Haven't read the full message of Iron, so I'm not too sure if that is anything, but I'm assuming this is gonna be a tie here. Yep, battle has finished, and it's just a draw. So a couple of things to mention here. Iron, don't play it so much in third person and with auto aim. Also zoom in and aim a couple more times, that will help you a lot. Don't rely on auto aim this much. It's not gonna do you any good. When an enemy shoots, go in, or at least move out of your cover and take your time to fire. So Lupus has a 400 alpha gun, so he's gonna reload for a while. He also has no gun elevation, which maybe was lack of knowledge. So for the next time, you will know that. And yeah, an unfortunate draw caused by I guess a bit of a lack on both sides of the teams. So Just a heads up for the next time, Iron. And I'm gonna do one more, I think. Because my throat is already getting quite sore from talking this much. So let's have a look at what Faddis has accomplished in his Leopard 1 on Naval Frontier again. What the hell? So we got a Leopard now. With a pretty standard setup here. He's not running either speed boost or adrenaline. Yellow viable option, of course. The Leopard got great DPM. And he's using the early game bush. Spots out the FV and the 100, not able to connect the shot quite. Good patience here. Was able to hit and penetrate that E100. He has seen that 120. He's probably waiting to get unspotted. There was a blind shot, so it's definitely a good thing that he reversed back behind the map. There's the Jagdpanzer spotted. He did not get spotted from shooting, so shooting that 54 was a safe thing to do. You should wait again until you get unspotted. Maybe a bit too early, but by now you should be unspotted. If you would to aim a bit, yep, there we go. There was a 120. Use your minimap a bit more, or just these red markers here to get a bit more or to help you with your awareness on what's happening around you. Can really help you levitate your gameplay to the next level. If you know where's everyone, what can I do, what are my options, where could I go, what is dangerous to do, what should I avoid doing. Just knowing where the enemy is can really give you a good outlook on what's happening in the main part of this game. Good decision here to help out on the heavy side, pick up that FV very quickly. Gotta be careful with those TDs behind the 100. Shooting the heat here, definitely. Smart thing and well aimed as well. Got a huge shot by, I'm assuming that Jaegeru there, killing 2 crew members. Interesting where the shell went. Ice 4 was able to pick up the E100. Score currently 3-2. So they are winning. And he got the shot on the WZ, even tracked him. I think that the WZ has fired. So another good track shot here. And just like that, they are now 1 tank behind. Ice 4 picks up the next kill here on the 120. And now it's just him, Ice 4 and the Hody versus 2 tank destroyers and the 57 heavy. Good map awareness there, allowing for him to put that shot in very easily and without too much trouble. And they are in quite a good position. The Hori just hit a blind shot. As we were able to see, he got some assistance, meaning that someone hit, which, as we heard, was the Hori. Ice 4 there, maybe a bit too passive, should probably advance forward. The Jagdpanzer has just fired. There's the Death Star. Good shot into him, should focus him first, of course, as he's lower hit points. Now a 1 shot for everyone in the team. Not sure what his plan was there. Both TDs have now fired, one of which killed his Hody. 57 heavy has shot once at least, we heard that. So he fired a second time. He has maximum 1 shot left. He's pushing in for the Death Star. Is able to clear him for good. Jagdpanzer is now pushing onto his Ice 4. You should ignore him to the best of your ability and focus on the 57 heavy. Good check shot there. You should probably hide whilst you're reloading, as you took one shot that you shouldn't have taken, and took another one. Bounced that shot on the 57 heavy. Ooh. I feel that loss. Ooh, I really feel that. So for starters, pretty much everything was played well to the mid-end part of the game. You should have, when fighting that 57 heavy, stayed behind the rock after your first shot, as he wasn't looking yet. Tracked him as well. And you should have only went out to shoot him again the second time when you were reloaded, meaning you took an extra shot because you didn't. After that, as the Jaeger was turning, you should have either turned around and tried to run through the spawn, or just stay there, put in the shot, and then try to circle the Jaeger. But you went down, you bounced your shot on the 57 heavy and weren't able to circle around the Jaeger, meaning that you double messed up there. Big heartbreak, 5k damage. Could have been 6k. Quite the unfortunate result there. Big F in the chat. Yep. But overall, it was a good game, Fetus, and just think about your options. As I said, you saw where the 57 heavy was. You saw where the Yag was. Going down was not a good option, as you have to keep in mind, what if I bounce on that 57 heavy? You were probably confident in killing him, as the last 2 shots penned. I definitely do understand that, but you have to have that thought in mind. What if this shot does no damage? You always have to have that, or try to have it. That's how you can always have a backup plan. Let's say you bounced and you can immediately do plan B maybe. The Yak was down. He was turning as he killed your IS-4. 57 heavy was now down to 1 shot. You could have just went back, go through the spawn, maybe go back to your early bush location, see if you can find a 57 heavy, kill him, then look out for the position of the Yag, where is he, and then attempt to circle him. You still had like 2 minutes, so it would have been enough time, but it was a loss, so that was a bit unfortunate for you there. But yeah, gonna end it here for today, I think. It was a pretty interesting stream, I'd say. So something I'd like to ask of you now, as I'm gonna end the stream here, is maybe drop me a message on Discord or in the comments of this stream or in PM. What do you find of this idea? Or of this stream idea? Would you want to see more? And how can I improve these streams? What could I do better next time? And maybe some other tips on setting it up better, maybe having a better setup for the replays and everything. So yeah, I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Definitely give me some feedback. I'm gonna be looking to use that in my next stream, if you guys want to see one, of course. I'm gonna be off for now. I will probably stream on later again at my usual time in 3 hours. I hope you've enjoyed it, and see you all again next time. Bye bye.